Next time, I would do 14 days. My name is Andy Pho. I'm from New York, based out of Las Vegas, skin design tattoos, and I'm working on the Angkorian Bodysuit by Robert Pho. In the very beginning, when I was getting tattooed, there was the idea coming out of being a collector. You know, going to different tattoo artists and getting a piece by them and just kind of building this body of work that was more like a collection, a sticker of pieces from different artists. And I actually started to pursue that route. You know, I got tattooed by 3 different artists, including Robert, and as I got into it, I started to find myself just picking an artist for different reasons or just because of, you know, whatever the reason was, and I kind of backtracked that idea and I said, you know what, I really love the look of a full body suit done by one artist in one style. I didn't see too many of that, but I've been tattooing with Robert and I've always seen him do large scale pieces, front panels, back, sleeves. And then I started to see him blend those together and I said, you know what, I wanted to do a bodysuit by Robert. The only way to have that done was really to just laser off all my old pieces, which is what I did. And it was more so in the decision that I wanted to commit to a certain style of work done by one artist, but the direction of the bodysuit, I left it completely up to Robert, where it was in the mindset of Robert's always wanted to do an Angkorian bodysuit. You know, he's done a couple smaller pieces here and there. I know he's always wanted to do a large scale piece like that, but I said, as his apprentice, being that he's my mentor, I would love for him to just go nuts on it. Choose whatever imagery you like, and let's make this a long-term project. And so far, we've been working on this for about 8 years now. The Angkorian bodysuit came from an idea of doing, you know what, let's just do some really nice Cambodian statues. Angkorian Empire was from around 9th century to 15th century, where, you know, ancient ruins now, but a lot of temples, palaces, where they were all manually carved out by people. Just the idea that people took the time to build these kingdoms, go all out with these sort of carvings, I thought that was phenomenal. So while it does hurt physically, that mental exhaustion really drains the body, where mental strength, being able to kind of deal with pain, and you know, David Goggins came up. You know, I've heard of him a couple times, some Navy SEALs training, you know, going through that sort of realm of these guys are doing a lot more difficult things than, you know, me sitting in a chair for 7 days doing tattoos. Even with Benji, you know, Team Super Benji, you know, just to kind of see what a kid has to involuntarily go through and his suffering on a daily basis at such a young age. I thought about him a couple times throughout my sessions, and again, I chose to go through this. He didn't. So if he's making it just fine, like, I'll be just fine. That short interaction that I had with him during that time really helped power me through this, you know, painful experience. And I think it takes me about an hour to 3 hours to really start to become okay, where I start the day off with a hoodie on, I've got sunglasses, headphones, I don't want to talk to anybody. Once I reach that point, everything comes off. And I can just open my eyes, I can talk, have conversation, and it doesn't bother me anymore. But who are we really kidding, you know? It's tattoos, we're feeling it, but I think once you have that mental strength, it's easy to just coast through it. And it helped me through 7 days. But for Robert, I've always known him to be that guy who 6 days a week was normal. 7 days a week, straight wasn't strange. You know, I've seen him go 3 weeks straight of tattooing, almost into 4 weeks. And that's just, he loves the work, he's on a mission, he's got a goal. He never complains about tattooing for that long. But knowing that he has a family, he's got a business to run, for me to come here and for him to tattoo me for 7 days straight, like that's someone who's giving up his time at home with his kids to be here and tattoo. It's one of those things I want to say, like, I think the word honored is thrown around a lot very easily, you know, but for him to say, you know what, I'll set aside 7 days for you, I want to tattoo you for that long, it's something that I couldn't just pass up, it's something that I couldn't tap out on, and I again, I appreciate it. That's an underrated work. I appreciate all his efforts as far as having him do this sort of work for me. I give Robert a lot of credit for being able to tattoo so efficiently with the way he moves, his technique, being able to choose the right needles where he's tattooing and it's not sore, you know, it's not bleeding a lot, there's not a lot of redness in there. And he just, you know, does it in a way that, I'd say it's a light hand, you know, while he's drilling on, you know, my sternum. But I think that's one of the biggest things of, you know, having a really experienced tattoo artist know how to move a certain way and choose the right equipment and the right needles to be able to get the job done. Best story from this would be, I've been with my wife for about 12 years now. I've been a tattoo artist for 8. So when we got together, all I had was one tattoo on my back. But even with the head and the neck, you know, she, you know, kind of gives that face, like, but she's happy with it, you know, she's very supportive. And even yesterday when we met at the mall, you know, to go eat, and she saw me walk into her with her head tattoo, she was just smiling in the sense of like, oh my God, I can't believe you actually did it. But for everyone else who wants to keep, you know, pushing more days, go for it. I recommend it, and you know, it's not going to be easy, but you're gonna learn so much about yourself. And I'm gonna continue to say that over and over again. This has been a very exciting journey. It's been great to see the excitement of everyone, you know, following up with the progress. I didn't realize, you know, we get this kind of, you know, traction, but it's cool to see people are excited for it just as much as I am. And this is really only the beginning. Only the top half of my body has been tattooed, and we still have a lot more to go on the upper body, but I'm really looking forward to, you know, future sessions and sharing the progress.